Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Dress to Quest. I'm Nathan. I am the DM here, and we are playing in the Ghosts of Saltmarsh setting. Our players are all level 8 currently. And if you can't tell, we're a D&D live stream with an emphasis on cosplay, so blah blah. I'm spooky. And let's send us over to our players so they can do some intros real quick. Tonight, let's start with Chris.
Hi everybody, I'm Chris and I play Aize Marley, a human Tremitian wizard. And we're going to visit a warehouse tonight, hopefully.
Indeed. Next we have Eric.
Yeah, my name is Eric Wahlberg and I play Glum. He's a battlesmith artificer and he's very, very depressing.
And then we also have Space.
Hey guys, I'm Space. I play Aspen, the Asimar Hexblade Warlock, Divine Soul Sorcerer, and yeah, let's get into it.
Indeed. And just real quick, I'm just going to say this at the top of the show. We may be doing a slightly shorter show tonight. We'll see. I just recently got back from traveling, and I'm really jet lagged, and I'm feeling good right now, but, you know, my body thinks it's 3 a.m., so it might decide that I can't think straight anymore, and then I'm going to probably end the show early. So we'll see. But let's jump into a quick little recap here and get right into it, shall we? So yes, last time we left off, our heroes had made their way south to the city of Thornhold in hopes of finding the assassin, Scarran Wavechaser, who escaped their clutches back in Saltmarsh. Scarran was behind the conspiracy to take over Saltmarsh, the Zentarum trying to take over Saltmarsh. So upon arriving in Thornhold, you discovered a rather dreary city full of pollution and muck and maybe crime. I don't know. It seems like things is a rough town as you pulled into port. Jumping off the boat, Aize used the device that he and Keladek had constructed using the Sending Stone to act as a tracker, pointing in the direction of the opposite Sending Stone that Scarran potentially had on his possession. You were accompanied by the bounty hunter Erleth, the half-elven woman that Aspen and, Chenyar had met. And hiring her for your help, she came along with you. The tracking device took you to a tavern, a seedy tavern on the north end of the city, and upon entering the low-lit area, the tracking device the compass started to spin wildly, indicating that you must be very close to wherever this opposite Sending Stone is. Sitting down and getting settled in, there was a small gnome doing a stand-up routine up on stage and getting potentially booed off the stage. A big, large man went to punch him out, but this little gnome seemed to have some tricks up his sleeve and came out scratch-free, and the bigger man was embarrassed, falling through the stage as he tried to kill this little gnome with his big axe. This guy being thrown out, you all met Glum, the artificer gnome, and upon getting acquainted and getting to know each other, Erleth went to go get you drinks. Upon finding out that she went upstairs without you. Chasing after her, you found a room with 2 thugs within that tried to kill you. Managing to dispatch them, you interrogated them, Aize using the trick of a mind probe and a pipe that reveals the thoughts of whoever smokes out of it. You saw a warehouse with a boat being suspended by a crane. This seems to be where Scarran ran off to with Erleth, who was indeed working for the Zentarum. With all of this in mind, you stand here in the upper floors of the tavern as you let the 2 thugs go. And we'll bring it back to the players. So, as you stand here, the two thugs have just left. And the owner of this establishment seemed very upset by the mess, but you paid him off. And yeah, let's take it to the players. What do you all want to do?
Glum, I can see that you're fairly familiar with this place in that you were here when we arrived.
Unfortunately, this is my home.
Oh, well, I was hoping that you could guide us to the warehouse based upon the descriptions from those two laggards. I mean, it's a city, and you seem like a city person, a metronome, so to speak. And
Hans. Ah. I can help.
any idea where the warehouse? Ah, good. Lead the way then, Sir Glum. You and your mechanical
His name is
dog?
Scott.
Scott. You're on your mechanical, Scott.
So,
With the
Nathan?
captain's horse.
Nathan, I assume I know exactly where this place is based on the description.
I'm gonna. Let me think. I mean, so I did give you a little guide ahead of time.
Yeah, I have it here.
Yeah. Is there anything on there that seems like it rings a bell? If not, I'm gonna have you do like a quick history check, and we'll just see like how familiar you are with this description.
I mean, nothing specific. You broke down each of the quarters and what was
Okay.
generally in each one.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, if you don't mind just rolling a history check, I'll give you advantage because you are from this area.
all right. This is interesting. There it is. Okay, sorry.
It's okay.
History, the man says. Oh, luckily I'm proficient, so this should be pretty positive.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, well, it rolls with
Sorry.
advantage automatically. That's okay.
Yeah.
23. It looks like.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. You recognize it immediately upon seeing the image of it from the smoke cloud. That location is a warehouse that is owned and controlled by one of the council members of Thornhold. An individual, let me check and see what I got here. Yeah, an individual by the name of Mr. Dory. He is a longtime resident of the Styes and very wealthy merchant, and his main center of operation is out of that warehouse, which is within the Alchemist Quarter. You're not far from it. You're only maybe 4 blocks away or so, directly to the east of you. And the ship, it hangs over a large swath of mud, which is known as Hemlock Pit.
Okay. The warehouse is owned by one of the crooked councilmen, named Mr. Dory. He's a bad person. I can take you there.
Well, then, lead the way.
And I'll hop back on Scott. I go, Scott, take us to the warehouse.
Okay, jumping on the back of Scott, the mechanical dog kind of turns its head and goes down the stairs, loping out the front door with a few gasps and exclamations from the guests within. The two of you following along. It does not take long as you trot across the wooden walkways and various streets of the Alchemist Quarter. At this point, the sun has gone down, so the little twinkling lights within all the shops and buildings are starting to illuminate some of the streets. You notice many of the alleys are very dark as you're moving through. And approaching this area known as Hemlock Pit, you can see opening up before you what looks like used to be probably a functioning harbor at one point, because you can see multiple docks extending out into this muddy pit. But the pit has become so inundated with sludge that it's just a thick miasma of gunk. As you approach, you can see some individuals are actually out in the muck. Some of them are close to the shore, just digging around in the muck looking for who knows what. But you notice others on these elongated wooden stilts, two attached to their feet and two kind of hooked onto their forearms like crutches. They look like strange four-legged storks moving through the mud as they go, and you periodically see them poking down into the deeper parts and trying to pull something up with like a hook and rope. But as you get to the edge, you look off to your left and see a quite grand warehouse indeed, and next to it this crane suspending the ship that is hanging out over the pit. And there is in fact a large water tower rising up before the crane, and you can see kind of a looks almost like a trough, like a pipe of some kind that's leading down and connecting to the top deck of the ship. What do you all want to do as you see the warehouse there?
Ayeze, can you check and see if they're even close or around this area?
No, he left the stone behind.
Oh, yes, he did. Oh,
I mean, I could check if you want, but not quietly.
well, no. I guess I look around, or I try to look around.
I
Okay.
mean, there's a dock there, and I do have controlled water.
That's quite an entrance, though.
Well, yes, you know, I'm again, I don't have anything subtle on me at the moment other than an alter self. And you know what a great actor I am. Not. Terrible. Awful.
Well,
Did you
wait.
want me? Did you want
yeah.
me to scout it for you?
Sure.
Glum, there actually is a couple more things I will give you with that 23 history check about this facility that you would know. So looking at the building, it's a 3-story stone building, and some things that you know about this spot. One, there's definitely a daytime crew with a lot of individuals that work there all throughout the day. Many of them are just, common folk workers, like dock workers. But you suspect that there is at least 4 individuals that are just there for protection. And you would know that at night, when everyone goes home for the day, there's a lot of rumors surrounding the building that Mr. Dory has something big and mean, something terrible that lives within and guards the place. Because there's a lot of rumors floating around about hearing kind of snarls and growls coming from within the building at night, and seeing large shapes moving past the windows. So, just to give you that little bit of information.
And what time is it right now?
The sun has just gone down, so looking across at the warehouse, you can see there are individuals that are starting to trickle out of the building, like they're closing out for the day.
Okay.
I'll give you this too. You know that the establishment is run by Mr. Dory, but getting an appointment directly with Mr. Dory is pretty difficult, and most communication goes through his the person who basically runs the warehouse. A human woman by the name of Bursk.
All right. Since it's almost nighttime, there's rumors, and I think they're true, of some nasty monster that protects the warehouse at night. They also have a few guards. Some of them down there are probably them. I can sneak in, but I don't know about the rest of you.
If you could lead the way, I believe Aspen and I can try to be as discreet as possible. I look at Aspen.
Yes.
I would
Do you
feel
want-
badly about sending you in by yourself, Glum.
Yeah, I'll probably die.
Yeah.
Have you have you ever had any of your adventuring companions die?
You know, we're not gonna dwell on that. Let's just move forward, shall we?
Another question.
Okay.
Um,
Do we want to wait until nighttime then? Because it's almost nighttime. If you guys noticed, Nathan was saying that the workers are starting to leave, so basically just be the guards at that point.
Night is fine.
yeah.
If they try to get away on the boat, then let us know.
Okay.
I can put a stop to that.
And just to be clear again about the description of this place, the boat is suspended out over the mud pit. There's not really much. I mean, there's water in there, but it is like the boat would not float or move in that pit.
Are they waiting for the tide? I wonder. Or is it a legendary mud boat?
I assume the boat's just not functional as a boat, right? He's just using it as a warehouse. Correct?
You've never seen that boat being used, and you've never seen boats even come into this section of the city because it has become so essentially filthy and polluted and thick with pollution that even when the tide rises, the amount of water that actually seeps into there is maybe only a foot deep. It's very mucky.
And the way to get to it, there's both planks and that one big pipe that leads from the water tower.
The boat itself, the way to get to the boat, it looks like you would have to either scale the crane somehow, or it looks like on the third floor of the building there is a kind of rickety looking wooden bridge that crosses over to the deck of the ship.
Okay. All right. So we can take the crane. It's more dangerous, but probably more sneaky. Or we can just go through the warehouse.
I want to take the crane. I want to go up on the crane.
That's fine. I have feather fall. I have a feather fall.
That would be cool.
Let's take the incredibly dangerous crane to get in there.
Cool. Okay.
Oh, and I don't have alter self packed, so I can't disguise myself.
So Nathan, how long will we be able to have like a short rest before we do this?
You can if you want. I mean, where would do you want to just pull off to the side somewhere and take a short rest?
If we were waiting for Glum, I guess, yeah.
I mean, yeah, that entirely depends on how long Glum takes to go scout.
Oh, I thought we were going with Glum.
I think we're going together. I'll just lead stealthily.
Okay.
Oh, but we are going to wait till nightfall, right?
Okay, yeah. You can, so I mean, the sun has basically just set, so you could wait an hour and it'll be very, then it'll be like fully dark.
You want to do that?
Yes. Yeah, that would be lovely. I can get some stuff back.
Okay.
All right, hold on a second. Let me, I mean, I can throw up a shelter. No, that's not actually, no, never mind. It's not like a portable whole pocket type thing. It'll be conspicuous. That's
where
fine.
where are y'all gonna go post up to take a short rest?
Is there
Is there a rooftop somewhere that I can take them to?
A rooftop. I mean, there's plenty of other warehouses and stuff around here.
Empty ones?
Empty ones. That I would say you're not necessarily certain. You could certainly start poking around.
How far away from my house?
That is a really good question. We never decided where you live exactly. I'm assuming you live somewhere within the Alchemist Quarter. So if you live within the Alchemist Quarter, it wouldn't take you that long. We'd say it's probably within, 10 to 20 minutes away if you want.
Okay. Let's do that, guys.
Okay. All right. So you want to take them back to your home and post up in there. Okay. So you scurry off, leading the group back away from the Hemlock Pit. As you move through the streets, you can see individuals are indeed getting off of whatever work they're doing. You pass by some larger, what look to be like factories of some kind, and there's many individuals streaming out. They all look kind of sweaty and covered in like soot and coal. And as you move through the streets, you, Glum, take them to your home. I'm going to say your home is somewhere within here. This is kind of the deeper part of the Alchemist Quarter where most of the residential buildings would be. You notice too in this district, most of it does seem to be either warehouses or factories of some kind. Glum, what does your home look like?
It looks like the equivalent of a bachelor pad for the person who just moved into it. Who's had their first apartment,
Okay.
and they have no idea on how to take care of themselves or clean. There's the equivalent of pizza boxes and junk and stuff laying around, and it's quite messy and small.
Okay, so you step into this.
One thing I should add, there's a definite section that has a bench and tools and some alchemist tubes, and as well as plenty of liquids up in the shelf. That part's a little more organized.
Okay, so I imagine this as being essentially a one-room studio, and at one end of the room there is a tiny bed, complete mess, and at the foot of the bed, not too far away, is basically a chair and a big old workbench that takes up essentially the entire wall directly across from the bed, which looks much more organized. Glum, is this building, was this in a traditional gnomish district? So is this building gnomish sized?
I would say probably.
Okay, so Aspen and Aize, you almost have to crawl into Glum's space as you go, and this is like Luke and Yoda's hut as you crawl in there and are both sitting there with your knees up by your shoulders. I think at one point you probably, when you go to sit down, one of you sort of like sits on a bottle that pops out and goes scattering across the room, and you post up inside of Glum's home. You are welcome.
I look at Aspen and say, prestidigitation.
Yes, please. It's so messy in here.
I just start firing off a prestidigitation cantrip in our area just to, kill anything small and crawly and to remove dirt.
Within minutes, there's a gleaming patch of stone under you that you are able to sit on as the dust and gunk is whisked away.
Wow.
All right, so are you guys doing anything else while you're here in Glum's abode?
No, not that I can think of. I think you would just see Aspen kind of pushing the bottles away from her, and she kind of sets up. And you see like her body begin to like glow purple as she begins to like convert some of her spells into like energy. I converted some of my spell slots into sorcery points for myself.
Ooh, look at Aize's amazing drawing.
That is, I love that.
That is super rad.
Wow.
That was great. Thank you.
Good job, bro. Good
Wow,
job.
that's so good. We gotta start posting these.
Yeah, we do.
They're really amazing.
They are. The person's amazing. So now I noticed that Aspen is busy.
Yeah.
So I say, Aize, I need your help.
I peer up from archive where I was making notes. Oh,
And I start pulling out various liquids and tubes from the shelf, and I say, hold this, hold that, mix this, hold that. And so basically you seem like you're an extra pair of arms to mix and hold and place various liquids that I have you mixing rather quickly with a variety of reactions when they're mixed. Nothing that seems too dangerous, but definitely something's being concocted.
You're not my first artificer, you know. I met one on the Savage Isle, although, he was more, how should I put it? Well, he was more.
So when you finish the process, hold that. Don't shake that. Hold that. All right, give me. And then I take the whole thing and I pour it into a large beaker, and I drink it. And I go lay down and fall asleep.
Okay. I'm gonna assume he gets really into his work. Or his work gets into him, I guess.
I just like open an eye at like hearing that. Did he? What is going on here?
Oh, nothing.
What are you holding?
You can smell now. You definitely smell some alcohol.
Oh,
Glum needed a rest, and he took a little bit of a libation.
oh, okay. Well,
Carry on, Mon Capitan.
I'm gonna go back to doing my, meditation.
Yeah, draw upon your eldritch might. I'm gonna make some unrest.
Okay. Yeah, and I just go and do that.
Okay. Awesome. So you all spend about an hour here. Aspen, you focusing in and meditating on your warlock powers, feeling some of that energy being restored to you. Glum taking a nap. Aize, as you sit there taking notes in archive, you just kind of hear this perpetual sort of like slight creaking of metal sound, this kind of like and looking over, sitting next to Glum is the massive mechanical dog Scott, who's just kind of sitting there looking at you, head kind of cocked, and seems to weirdly be panting, even though it is a gigantic metallic dog. And with each sort of pant, there is that slight moaning of metal. But the dog is just staring at you as you sit there, taking notes in archive. But the hour goes by without issue.
Okay. With a short rest, I can restore my 4th level spell that I used previously.
Okay. Amazing.
And then I sort of lean forward and say to Scott, he needs to wake up.
The dog looks down at Glum. Glum, how does Scott wake you up?
He usually pulls off my shoes and licks my feet.
Okay, so Scott looks over, leans down, and the mouth gently opens, latches onto one of Glum's shoes and pulls it off, and this strange, like, corrugated tongue sort of laps out and rubs roughly against Glum's feet.
Aspen, stop it.
I'm sorry. Did he just?
What is it with you and gnomes? I don't understand.
Oh my god.
Then he wakes up.
Oh yeah. Okay. I was gonna use thaumaturgy. Does he have like windows in here?
I have a window.
I imagine
I have
there's
a
one window, yeah.
Yeah, there's a shuttered window.
Oh, shuttered. Oh, okay. I was gonna use thaumaturgy to like slam the windows open, but I don't think I can.
So as Glum it comes awake,
Yeah.
you all are here.
Okay. I'll put my shoe back on. Let's go.
Why did you think I was licking your feet?
What?
Yeah, it was a weird topic. I shouldn't have brought it up anyway. You ready to do this?
Just so you know, I'm promised to someone else.
So am I. I understand that.
Well, just remember, my eyes are up here.
But you're way down there though. So how can I look at your eyes? All I can see is the top of your head.
None of us making any sense.
No, only thing I'm sure of is I'm pretty sure he's an ankle man.
So as you all crawl out of Glum's home, Glum just skirting outside, and then Scott following behind, you make your way back across the city towards the Hemlock Pit. So approaching the warehouse, I guess first question I have for you. As you approach, you can see this tall 3-story stone building. It has some large windows kind of going up the side of it. There's the crane, which is, if I'm going to orient the building here on the map, essentially you have the large warehouse, which is the kind of dark gray building on the map. And then directly south of it, there is the large crane that rises up almost above the 3 stories of the building and then extends out over the mud pit where the boat is hanging. What is y'all's plan here for approaching this warehouse?
Okay, I know we picked the crane earlier, but it seems like the cooler option, but maybe we should be careful about this. So, Ayize, do you think we should go in the front, or do you still want to do the crane?
I absolutely did not want to do the crane. I only did it because the two of you seem really keen on it, and I have a feather fall spell. But on the other hand, when it comes down to it, we don't have a burglar. I'd as soon blow the front door off, walk in, and say, "Where the hell is that son of a bitch?" Scaring at us. But I suspect that that might get us riddled with crossbow bolts or something. I'm open to ideas, but maybe climbing up the crane is the best idea. That would.
Well, I guess we won't know until we get up there. How high is this crane actually?
Yeah, so looking over at the crane, the crane is connected to the south side of the building, like the structure of it that rises up to the top, which is, so the crane is about 50 feet up, if you were to scale it to the top of the structure. And it's like, if you imagine a crane, it's kind of like crisscrossing beams going all the way up to a platform at the top, and then resting atop that wooden platform is the actual, like, almost like turret, like the pivoting device that the arm is connected to, and then the arm extends out over the mud pit. In the ship, which is dangling above the mud pit, there is a wooden walkway that crosses over to the deck of the ship from the platform of the crane, and the ship is dangling out over the mud, which is about 60 feet above the mud.
Oh, that's quite a distance.
Indeed. So the little wooden walkway that connects from the base of the crane up to the ship kind of angles upwards to the deck of the ship. And you can notice that there is a door at the top of the crane, like, going into the building. So it looks like you could be inside the building and open a door to step out onto the wooden platform of the crane on the 3rd floor. And the warehouse itself, as you start to kind of like walk through the streets inspecting the building itself, it looks like the only other entrance is a set of double doors at the front of the warehouse.
Could have Glum charge through the double doors and we follow behind him, and
We could do that. Glum, do you want to do that?
Why not? Got nothing better to do.
Okay.
your enthusiasm overwhelms me, Glum.
All right, so I'll draw my hand crossbow and my shield.
Uh-huh.
I have a life that's mostly miserable. I may as well become invisible. And then I cast invisibility on myself.
Before he does that, I touch him as he's turning invisible, and I give him guidance.
Okay.
Nice.
So Glum, you does Scott also turn invisible or just you?
No, just me. It's one person.
Okay,
so
so-
I'm gonna not be on Scott.
Okay, so you turn invisible, disappearing there in the streets of the styes before this warehouse. What is your next move?
I say, Scott, protect my friends, and then I'll start headed towards the door.
Okay, so Scott sits down there beside your two friends. So you're heading towards the main entrance of the front door. Okay, so I'm imagining then that you are all probably directly across the street in an alleyway. We'll say that you are all about 30 feet away from the front door as you are approaching. Glum, you scurry across the street up to the front door. As you get up to the front door, you can see there are a number of large windows at the base of this warehouse. They all have bars over them. And what do you want to do as you're standing there before these big, giant, double wooden doors?
Okay, and I don't see any guards anywhere.
Make a perception check.
Come out.
I do not see it.
There you go. 17.
17. Okay. Standing there before these wooden doors, kind of pressed against the stone wall, you see no guards on the outside, and looking around, what you notice is that up on the top floor, there's no lights on inside. It's all dark, but you do see a large shadow pass by the top window briefly, and I think that's all you notice.
Okay. I'm gonna make my way back to Aize and Aspen.
Okay, and Aize, before you run back, Aize was raising his hand.
Go ahead, buddy.
Oh, I need 60 seconds to summon an elemental. I thought it was a single action. I just wanted to ask if I had time to call it while Glum was gone.
Yeah, I think so. So what are you summoning? What elemental?
Ooh, I think we'll go with an Aza.
Okay, so an Azer, a fiery portal opens on the wall next to you, and the Azer steps out.
Ah, there we go. So he's like a dark-skinned dwarf with kind of ruddy, bronzish hue to him, and instead of hair or a beard, he has flames, and he's wielding a hot iron hammer and a shield.
Amazing.
I name thee. I shall dub thee. Let me think. Ah, yes. You shall be Percival.
The Azer sort of cocks his head and then bows to you, and then kind of looks and is looking up with the flames licking around their face. At this point, you hear the little pitter-patter of feet as Glum, you come scurrying across the street to join your friends, and you now see they are not as inconspicuous as they once were, as there is kind of this burning light emanating from the alley with this Azer standing there beside Aize.
Well, the one note, they're not going to hear a pitter-patter because I have Boots of Elvenkind, Artificer magic item.
Wow, okay, so you hear nothing. You all just...
Yeah. So suddenly, probably standing right behind Aize. Hey.
I'll jump appropriately, turn and just say, "My goodness, you're a quiet little fellow."
You know that beastie I said is probably protecting the warehouse? I think it's on that third floor.
Well, we're coming in from the first floor, so we'll have time to prepare for him, I guess.
We'll probably have to bust our way in. All the windows have bars on them too.
Well, I have a door knocker right here. And I pointed Percival.
The Azer turns, and you just kind of his mouth sort of like opens and there's just this like crackling, burning fire sound that comes through as he seems to be speaking some kind of language, but it's just like a.
Yes, I concur entirely. Make every effort to make sure you go home okay, but otherwise, could you mind, oh, are you ready, Captain?
Yes.
Are you ready, Glum?
I guess.
I'll take that as a yes then. First of all, open that door, please.
And the Azer turns and goes running across the street straight up to the door. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna go ahead and send Scott up with him,
Okay, so Scott comes trotting up behind.
and I'll take kind of an angle. I'll approach since I'm still invisible. I feel moderately confident. I won't be seen. I'll be maybe about 15 or 20 feet to the left or right of the beasts.
Okay, 15 or 20 feet to the left of Scott?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What about the Aspen and Aize?
Oh, I'm following the Azer.
Yeah, I guess I will be pulling, like, coming up the rear.
Okay.
Just shaking my head.
Okay, and are you going to be, like, directly behind the Azer? Like, following
I
the
would.
line? Okay, cool.
I said, why are you shaking your head for? If you had a better idea, I'm all ears.
No. Good. This is great. And I pull my axe out. I already know we're gonna need it.
Okay. All right, so the Azer comes running up and raises its hammer. Aize, if you don't mind rolling let's roll an attack roll for me. I'm assuming you want the Azer to use its hammer, right? Okay.
Can Scott give him an assist by like headbutting the door or something?
Yeah, roll an attack roll for Scott as well as the two of them go running straight at the door. It looks like Percival rolled a 20 to hit. Is that right?
It's a 15, so it's a modified 20. He's plus 5 to hit, and he did 23 points of damage to the door, of which 12 and 18 points of bludgeoning damage and 5 points of fire damage to the door.
Okay. So with a crack, there's a loud crack in the door, and the door buckles inward. Following up directly behind Scott comes running up, and how does Scott attack the door?
He basically just rears his hind legs back and then headbutts it like a bull.
Okay.
He's got that metal head, and he did 6 points of damage with 15 hits.
Okay. And is that he does like force damage, right?
It's force damage, yes.
Yeah. So he rears up and boo slams into the door with a headbutt. And there is a burst of energy that seems to radiate out from the head of Scott. And the two double doors just burst inwards and go scattering across the ground inside. What are you all doing? The doors have been blasted open, revealing a dark interior within.
Captain, you might want to call out for Scarin or something, I suppose.
You want me to call out to him? Okay.
Or not.
I could. Thaumaturgy. Scarin, I don't know where you are in this place, but you should just give yourself up now.
Oh, and what's her face?
And yeah, what is her name? Forgot.
I wrote it down here.
Aerolith.
And then I used thaumaturgy again. And the one that flirted with Shinyar. Yes, you should come out too. You owe me money.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll an intimidation roll for me, Aspen.
Okay. 25.
25. You shout out into the darkness, into the depths of the of the warehouse. And you're all standing outside, yes?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. You stand there, waiting. You can hear the kind of crackling and burning of the Azer standing next to you, and the faint, distant sounds of the city around you. You do hear like a couple of windows being drawn open from the neighboring buildings, and see some people leaning out, looking curiously down into the street.
All right.
You then, Aspen, you hear from the darkness kind of a low... And then from... you have dark vision, yes?
Yes, I have dark vision.
Okay, let me check something. Yeah, you see and hear something large land on the interior of the warehouse. This thing is probably as big as a horse as it lands down within. And then another figure, same size, drops in next to it.
I just looked to Ayuze and I say, should I have used message instead? I feel like that would have been better.
Oh, you're asking me?
Aspen.
Yeah, I feel like
Aspen.
that would have been better.
Aspen,
Yes.
does a 24 hit?
Yeah, I think that, I don't think I can shield that.
Oh wait, actually, wow, cool. This thing gets to make... Okay.
Cool for you, you may.
Okay, so 24, 22.
Shield.
Okay, so that'll miss, and the next one will miss, and then the other one, the highest one was a 23.
So if I shield, my AC becomes 24.
Your AC becomes 24. So, wow, okay, so all of these attacks miss then. As a hail of these large spikes come shooting through the door, showering Aspen in these gigantic spikes. There is a total of 6 of them that come spewing out of the door and just get ricocheted off of your shield. And you suddenly hear from within a loud coming from these
That's
2
all
large
it is.
creatures. I need everybody to roll initiative, please.
Well, I have advantage on initiative, so I'll roll again.
Okay.
I can't select my. Well, yeah.
Oh yeah,
well,
yeah.
no, no.
Hold on. Let me send you all over to the map.
17 twice.
All right. Just a moment, please.
Oh, that's right. Because I didn't click on my character yet. All right.
Sorry. Give me a second before I. Sorry, I'm getting some things set up here on the back end. I wasn't quite ready for this. Thought I was.
No, it's fine. I mean, we can do theater of the mind. It's just, I can't pick.
Oh no! This is definitely a map. I just I was not quite ready. Okay, it is dark, so I think it should look dark on y'all's end. But if you have dark vision, you will be able to see some things. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll say that this creature is here and that one is there. Okay, cool. Let's get these initiatives going. Okay. And are you gonna roll for the Azer Ayuze? Or no, that's right. The Azer goes directly after you. Is how I play it. Just for simplicity's sake.
Yeah, that's fine.
Same with Scott. Scott will just go after you. Glum.
Okay.
Oh, check the chat for Zoom as well, Nathan, when you get a chance.
Awesome. Okay. I will try to do that as quickly as I can. All right, and Glum, what did you get for initiative?
17.
17? Okay. I just need to move you for a second so that I can add your initiative. 17. Okay. Boom. And let me just get one more thing here. Boom. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Here we go. Kicking things off at the top of the initiative order. Yeah, actually, first, let me see if I can resolve this for Aize. I've been meaning to do this and I haven't had time. So, up to 5 levels worth of spells. Okay. So, okay, cool. So we'll say that there is... So Aize, I'm just gonna tell you, actually I'll put this to you in chat, so... Okay.
That's the maximum, by the way, Nathan. I think when the ring is found, you roll a d6 and you subtract 1 from it. And that's how many levels of spell are currently in the ring.
Ah, okay, cool. That's what's in it. Okay. Now that that is resolved, what we get is at the top of the round. I'm going to send us over to the map so that everybody can see. Okay. Oh no, sorry, I just saw that. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jack. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I hope everything's doing all right over there. Looks like the family has some sickness. Anyways, let's jump into this. So, the top of the round, we have the 2 creatures within, the guard dogs, essentially. And they are going to... they're going to fire some more... Yeah, they're going to fire some more of these spikes. So 3 of them are going to be at Aspen, and 3 of them are going to be at the Azer. So, here we go.
The first shot on Aspen will be at disadvantage because Scott's going to try and push her out of the way to make the first attack miss, which is one of his abilities.
Okay, awesome. So as Scott pushes Aspen to the side, the spikes whiz past your head, Aspen. The other 2 come flying in. Only
it's a disadvantage. They don't automatically miss, just disadvantage.
Yeah, it was definitely too low. It was a 14.
Okay.
The other 2 definitely miss with a 7 and a 13. Go flying over Scott's head towards Aspen. The 3 at the Azer, we have a 15, 14, and 17. Do any of those hit the Azer?
Percival has an armor class of 17.
Okay, so only one of them hits and does 4 piercing damage to Percival. Hitting Percival directly in the shoulder, it kind of bends into the metal there. That was the guard dogs. They are going to...
Percival has 39 hit points normally, so he's down to 35.
Got it. These 2 creatures are then going to leap up, and they kind of disappear out of sight as they seem to leap up and fly. These creatures seem to be able to fly as you see these big leathery wings unfurl, and they push up out of sight into the rafters. Okay, next up is Aspen.
I will cast mirror image on myself. using my Second Level spell, I'm going to quicken that. And you said they are up in the. I am outside, right? So I can't see into the
So
building.
you saw them, yeah, you saw them fly off in this direction, if you see where I'm pointing.
Okay. So I'm gonna move in just a little bit.
Okay.
And do I see them?
I'll give you a free perception roll real quick and see if you notice anything.
Okay. Perception.
14?
14.
Okay. Let me actually do the math here to make sure I'm putting these guys in the right spot. Yeah, they should have just enough movement. You look off to the east on the map, and you just catch the two creatures and hear the sound of their heavy bodies pushing up into what looks to be the second floor. Off to the east, you can see there is a large wooden, what looks to be like an elevator, essentially, like for loading cargo, that has a big, like hand crank mechanical chain that raises and lowers it. And they look like they've gone up through the entryway into the second floor, and you can just barely see one of them kind of crouch down and snarling as it whips around. Its big, long tail. So
I can only see the one.
Only see the one, yeah.
I will Eldritch Blast that guy.
Okay, go for it. Make an Eldritch Blast attack.
The first one is a 26 to hit. 26 to hit,
okay. That definitely hits.
14 force damage, and the second one is an 11. I don't think that hits.
An 11. Let's find out. Yeah, it does not hit.
Okay. That is all I can do. And I will turn back.
How much damage? 14? Okay.
Yes, 14. And I will turn back to Ayuze and Glom and say, they are going further into the building. Looks like some kind of elevator shaft. And I will continue the rest of my movement, kind of trying to stay in a spot to where I can see like everything. So I will end my movement there.
Okay. Awesome. So as you release Eldritch Blast and move into the building, it comes to Glum.
I don't trust elevators. They're always up to something. Okay, so then first Scott's gonna move in.
Okay.
I don't see where the monsters are yet, or do?
So Scott comes running in, and I'll say that with Aspen kind of pointing them out, Scott can see that they are about 45 feet away over here. This large thing here is the mechanical elevator. The platform is kind of here, and the opening is about here. So they're kind of, the one you can see is just above about 20 feet up.
Okay. So for his total movement, I'm not sure exactly how far I move. Moving 40 feet towards them. I know I'm on the floor, but just in their direction.
Okay. 40 feet towards them. Okay. So there are, as you noticed, many boxes in this room, but Scott can get to here as Scott comes loping into the room just before where the elevator shaft is.
Okay. And how high up did you say they were?
20 feet.
Okay. All right. So we'll move to here. Oh, actually, there's windows too, right?
There are, but they have iron bars on them.
Yeah, probably can't really cast a spell through it. Oh, okay. All right, so I'll step there, and I say, of course, I waste my invisibility spell, and I'm going to cast web.
Web? Okay. Where are you casting web?
Where they are. I can see them, right? Except 60-foot infravision.
Yeah, you can see one of them. Yes. So I just drew on the map the blue square there. That's the opening to the elevator shaft that goes up. And yeah, looking up, you can see one of them. So you release the web spell. What is the radius on the web spell?
It's a 20-foot cube.
20-foot cube. Okay. Let me grab. Let me grab a token here so I can measure things. Boom. Alright, 20-foot cube would be... about... Is that about a 20-foot... Or no, it's right, I know what you're saying. 20-foot cube. So yeah, it's only... It's like far
20 on
smaller
each
than
side.
that. Yeah, 20. Is that a 5, 10, 15, 20? It's like a little smaller than that, right?
Yeah, and I want to make sure I can catch the other one if I can see him. So if you can please move me another 15 feet in,
Sure.
if that's going to have a vantage point at all.
Okay, so 15 feet, you get to there, and I'm not sure if you can see the other one. Make a perception roll for me.
All right.
5, 10, 15, 20. That's pretty close.
16.
16?
Yeah.
You just catch, you hear the creaking and moaning of wood of a heavy creature that is here, and the other creature is here. So I don't know if you could probably, yeah, if you drop it probably here, you could probably get both.
Okay, then I'll do that.
Okay, so what does it look like as you cast web?
Yeah, so he reaches into his pouch and he has a figurine of a spider,
Mm-hmm.
and he tosses it in the air, and as he tosses it, it explodes into a web and just kind of launches out in all directions, trying to hit the rafters and anything else to kind of cling on, the boxes to anchor itself.
Okay, so the little spider goes sailing through the air and explodes outward, sending webs everywhere. They both make saves, yeah?
Yeah, 14 dex save.
14 dex save, okay. So one of them succeeds with an 18, the other fails. You hear the one above that area where the wood was moaning that you can't quite see. You hear it growl and protest as the webs cling to it. The other one just seems to break free of the web as it ducks out of the way. So one of them is currently restrained?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's the other one, it's considered rough terrain.
Okay.
So double movement.
Cool. All right, Glum, anything else on your turn?
That is my turn.
Okay. Okay, Aize, you're up.
All right. I'll have Archive going ahead of me. 20 feet to where Glum is.
Mm-hmm.
And then, using Archive's eyes, do I notice which direction Aspen and Glum are? Well, I can see Scotty over there.
Yes.
Never mind. I'm just going to have Archive head that way then. Hold on. Let me.
Yeah, I would say you definitely, at this point as you're moving into the room, you can tell the direction where everybody is attacking. And in fact, you would just be able to, looking in that direction, you would be able to see the one creature, which you're now starting to get a better look at. It is... Aize, you recognize what it is, but it is kind of lion-like in nature, but the face is strangely human, and it has these big bat-like wings with all these spines kind of protruding off the sides of the head and down the back into the tail. This is indeed a manticore.
2 manticores.
Yes.
So I see the blue square, but I don't see the manticores.
So the manticores are up one level. Here, I'll drop the one token on the map since y'all can see it, but it is up a floor.
All right.
So here it is there up a floor.
And it's caught in the web.
That one is not.
And the one that is caught in the web is on the floor above us.
Yeah, you don't know where that one is. In fact, you probably don't even know that it's there necessarily. You just see the one.
All right. 1 sec. I'll follow up with Archive.
Okay.
Actually, I'll just move 20 feet in because I'll look to here. Then I will. Oh, I can't see Percival. All of a sudden.
Oh, you can't?
No. Okay, I see where he is. Nope, I can't select him. Oh, hold on one sec.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, let me...
Well, actually, no. I definitely don't. I can't control the token. Yeah.
Sorry, I will fix that during the break. But for now, where do you want Percival? I can move Percival for you.
Oh, and a reminder: Percival does shed light in a 10-foot radius.
Very cool. Okay, I will add.
I'll
that.
move him up close to where Scott is.
Okay.
Percival's movement is 30 feet, I believe.
30 feet. So at 30 feet, Percival can get to there. Goes running in. The flames kind of radiating around him, illuminating the space. You all start to see that this space is kind of a chaotic mess, but there are just crates everywhere.
And I still have an action to cast. I will cast through Archive.
Okay.
If I put a fireball, will I get the upper floor as well?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to cast.
You're gonna destroy my my web.
No,
That's in the way.
I'm not.
Awesome.
I will set the fireball for ice. Actually, no. I'll set it for force.
Okay.
I can still do that, right? Swap out.
I think so. I'm gonna trust you on that. But yeah, I trust you. If you say so.
I'll post it. We made us. Technically, I can't, but we talked about this a while ago. It's temporarily replace its damage type with the type that appears in another spell in your spell book.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so force is fine. So you, where do you want to cast the fireball?
Sorry, one sec. Can I?
Or the force ball, I guess.
Force ball. I'm gonna move Archive forward just temporarily so I can see what's going on here. All right, there we go. All right, so let's. Actually, there is fine. I just want to catch both of them in it.
Okay, and yeah, I'm assuming you want it up high enough it wouldn't hit Scott, right? It would be like, okay.
Definitely.
Okay. All right. Let's see what happens. So the first one makes a dex save normally because it is not restrained by the web. So here we go. Ooh, fails with a 5. The other one, I believe, makes it. The other one is restrained. I think it makes it with disadvantage, or it automatically fails. I forget.
I can look it up for you.
Well, regardless, it rolled a 13, and
Okay.
at disadvantage it would have been a 7, so it's gonna fail. So they both fail.
Sorry, let me re-roll that. I rolled the wrong. I rolled it as a 4th level spell.
That's okay.
That was 9 dice 6. Here, hang on. I'll correct. It's 8 dice 6.
Okay.
There you go. 33. Well, not that much difference. 33 points.
All right. At 33 points. Awesome. I use a. Can you also roll a percentile die for me?
Sure. There we go.
Roll a percentile die 4 times. Ooh, that's a 1. Okay.
4 times?
Yep. Do it 2 more times. Okay, cool. This is gonna be fun. Okay. So 33 to the other one. Also, I need to make another secret roll here. What's your spell save DC?
16.
16. Okay. And it was 33 damage. Okay. Okay. So. All right, so Aize, as a beam of, I'm imagining kind of like whitish light shoots out from Archive, yeah?
Yeah, it's kind of like a giant magic missile.
Okay, so
Whoa.
shoots out and then suddenly explodes out in almost a star pattern, sending a shockwave through the air. And you hear up above the kind of growls and screeches of these creatures. And then you also hear the shattering and crunching of glass and wood, and a beat later, you hear as something explodes up above, and you see like dust come tumbling down and fire licking the edges of the elevator shaft. Go ahead. Roll 8d6 for me. I also. Oh my god. I'm just reading this. This is awesome. I actually need all of you to make dexterity saving throws.
All of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it a warehouse full of explosives?
Okay, so they both succeed, so they'll take half damage.
18?
Okay, 18 succeeds, 17 succeeds. Aspen, a 10 fails. I need you to roll for personal.
I'm gonna use my favor by the gods to try to get that better.
Okay. I'm gonna need Percival and
No.
Okay, so Aspen, you fail. I'm gonna need Percival and Scott to also roll for me. Okay, Percival. Percival succeeds. And let's see what Scott gets. It's 20. Okay, so. All right. Aize, if you don't mind rolling those 8d6 for me.
I did.
Oh, you did? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I rolled 5 and then I rolled 3.
Okay, so it's the 13 and the 8. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, so that is a total of 21 points, right? Okay, so those of you that failed take 21 points of fire damage as that initial explosion happens up above, and then you start to hear this cacophony, this chain reaction starts of bursting through the floor above, creating holes, hitting the boxes next to you. All of you have to shield your eyes from this sudden chaos that erupts within this warehouse as you realize that most of these crates were holding some sort of alchemical concoctions that were very flammable and combustive as every crate around you starts to erupt, sending sparks flying everywhere.
I didn't know that!
No more doing that. No more.
Wow.
And that was 21 points. Actually, it's only... and these ones also take 11. What did Scott get, Glum?
Oh, he got 22.
Okay, so he succeeds. So those of you that succeeded only take half that damage, so you take 11 points. I'm sorry, you take 10 points of fire damage.
Okay. Glum's gonna use his reaction and use absorb elements, so I'll take 5.
Awesome. And then, the Percival probably isn't even affected, right?
Percival is immune to fire damage.
So Percival is just standing there, taking it like a boss, like nothing's wrong. Sparks flying everywhere, the sound of whizzing and breaking glass, as suddenly this entire warehouse is starting to go up in flame. As all of the wooden floors start to burn, you are in a chaotic mess of flame, broken glass, and wood. And the floor above, you can see big holes have appeared. Let me do something really quick here. You hear the sound of... let me actually do this 2 more times. Boom, boom. Okay, they're fine. You hear the sound of wood snap as something large up above breaks through the burning floor, and you see a massive, cloth and flesh comes spilling into the room as some sort of big creature falls down from above that you were unaware was there. It's going to make a dex save. Doesn't... no, I think it does land prone with that. So it lands prone right in front of Scott. What you kind of see is ragged, dark cloak on an ogre-sized creature that is slapped down onto the ground, and as it spills away and kind of reveals its form, you see this like sort of dark gray black flesh, sort of like a light gray belly, very frog-like in its appearance, but its face is sort of like flat and extended out into like almost like a triangular point as it flops down onto the ground, these kind of big black dark eyes, and that's kind of all you see in this moment as it slops down. You are going to see an image on the token that is not representative of what this creature is. I had to reskin it, so but it comes slapping down onto the ground in front of Scott as it breaks through the wood. Okay, Aize, that was your turn as all this chaos.
Percival still has to go.
What was
Does
that?
it? I'm sorry. Does it land in the web?
No. It fell outside of the web.
Okay.
Yeah. So the warehouse is burning. Everything is chaos. Aize, what else would you like to do with your turn? That was your action.
And I said, my goodness. I took damage, so I have to make a
Yes.
check, right?
Yes, please take a minute.
But I do it at advantage because I'm a warcaster.
Okay.
So there's 1, and there's 2.
Sorry. So 1 and 2. Yeah. You hold concentration.
I hold concentration, and I said, Percival, smack him. And I point at whatever the hell that thing is that fell out of the ceiling.
Okay. So Percival comes running up, raising the warhammer. Go ahead and make your attack with advantage because it did fall prone.
Okay. 1 sec.
And yes, Merc 90. I guess so. I guess it is safe to cast Fireball now because all the explosives.
That one missed with. It's at advantage though, right? Okay. Let me try again.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that missed.
An 8. Yeah, an 8 will not hit.
Come on, Percy. 13.
13 just misses as this creature just reaches a big thick arm up and catches the warhammer before it slams down into it and pushes it away as it looks up at Percival. Okay. Anything else for you, Aize?
I think I've done enough.
That was so good.
I've got some more where that came from.
The two kitties above growl at you in anger. Okay, Aize, if that was it for you, it is now the Manticore's turn. I also need to do something really quick before I forget. I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna move it. Yeah, I'll put it right there after Aize. Okay, cool. I'm tracking that now. Cool. All right. The Manticores did not like that. The one that you can just barely see narrows its eyes and looks at you, Aize, and is going to. What was that?
Those spells launched from Archive, not me.
They did, but let me check something here. I believe these creatures are pretty intelligent. Oh no, they're not. Never mind. I thought they were much smarter than they were.
I hate that book.
So yeah, they growl looking at the book Archive. Sure. It fires one of its spike attacks at Archive, and Archive can't be attacked, right?
Not by that, yeah.
Okay, so it just passes through Archive, right? Like nothing, just...
Yep.
So waste one of its attacks on Archive, growls, not being able to hit, and then will turn its attention at the Azer because it's there. So the next two will go for Percival. So here we go. 24 and a 24 to hit. So I believe both those hit.
Damn. Yeah, they do.
That's a 7 points of piercing and 6 points of piercing. So
Okay. That's 7 and 6 is 13. Okay.
The other one up above is going to attempt to break free of the web. Is that a strength check?
It is a strength. Yes, it's a strength check. Takes an action. 14.
A 16.
Yeah, that'll break it. But
So-
that's his whole action.
Okay, so whole action breaks free of the web, and is going to. It's gonna stay up there, out of the way. So they're gonna move. You just hear up above, moving around as it shifts into position. Also, at the start of their turn, both of them take. From all of the flames that are burning in this warehouse, they both take 6 points of fire damage as it licks up around them.
I wasn't totally sure, but it sounds like there's enough fire that web is gonna, or would have burnt anyway, right?
Oh yeah, the web definitely ignited. So do they take extra damage from that?
Yeah, so you can have your action back, and then I'll roll damage in each one.
Ah,
the
okay.
The other one's technically still in it. He just made a saving throw, right?
Got it. Okay. Cool.
So first one that was restrained takes 7, and then the other one takes 4.
7 to the one that was restrained, and 4 to the other one. Oh god, these kitties are looking really hurt. Okay. So, if that's the case, then this one has its action back. It's going to, it's gonna growl and pivot next to its friends. You all see it appear, as it comes standing next to its friend, and it will also shoot the tail spikes at the Azer that is attacking the whatever the creature is that just flopped down. So 3 more attacks on Percival. Here we go. Wow. Okay, so an 8, a 7, and a 24. So 8 more points of piercing damage to Percival. But most of the spikes just ricochet off of his body. And that is they're gonna use their movement to, let's see, this one was here, so it would have had to 15 feet to get to there, and it will shift 15 feet back, and this one is going to jump up and fly out of sight. So they both fly out of sight. As it shifts over to this side. Okay, so they move out of sight. That takes us to Aspen. You are up.
Okay, I am going to. Okay, so this big ogre thing is still on the ground. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna move up. That was 20 feet, so I'm gonna move right in front of Scott. And I'm going to do inflict wounds.
Whew. Okay. Go ahead and roll that attack with advantage.
Ooh. Oh wait, hold on. Make sure I do that. You know what? I'm gonna try for level 3.
Okay.
Wait, that didn't roll right. Sorry. It still didn't roll right.
Okay.
21 to hit,
That hits.
and I think I'm supposed to add 2 more D10.
Okay.
Wrong spell. Increase the damage by, yep. So 2 more D10. No, I'm sorry, 1 more D10.
Okay.
So another 7, so 23 points of damage.
Okay. As you slap your you use your axe for this, right? You slash your axe through it, the necrotic energy.
Yes.
Coursing across its belly, it kind of peels open the belly of this thing, revealing this kind of blackened gash. something you notice, Aspen, as you cut across it, and it lets out this strange like wail. You see that like as it writhes on the back side of this creature, on like its back side of its its back, the cloak seems to be like kind of moving and writhing. Okay, that was Aspen. That was your action. Anything else?
I will. I guess I will quicken that, and I will do Toll the Dead. So that is a DC 16 Wisdom save.
DC 16 Wiz save. Okay. Here we go. This creature has advantage on this save. Oops. Sorry. 17.
Okay, so you pass.
So
yeah, nothing happens.
Nothing happens as its eyes turn and look at you, these big black spheres in its head. Okay, that was Aspen. Glum, you are up.
Okay. So when we were battling the crossbowmen last time, they were flanking me and you gave them advantage. So you can get flanking advantage bonus with ranged weapons.
Oh. I didn't even realize I did that.
Or did you make a mistake?
I probably made a mistake. I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, I mean, that's what you did. So if that's not the rules, then totally fine. I wasn't sure if that was your rules, because, yeah, I think it's only melee.
It's only melee? Okay. Yeah, I made a mistake.
I thought it was. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. My bad. I totally made a mistake then.
Okay, no worries.
Oh, no, wait. They had swords. They would have been using their swords if they were flanking with you. Yeah.
Oh, you were... okay, cool.
They had crossbows initially. They fired them at you, and then when you came into the room, they drew swords.
Okay, excellent.
Yes.
Okay, that's clear. Thank you. All right.
I may
guess
have
go
been
ahead.
rolling. Sorry, real quick. I may have been rolling. I may have been rolling their crossbow attack because it was the same as like a short sword or
Right.
something. I don't remember, but I do know that they had swords that they drew. So
Cool. Okay, guys, we should edit this out later so that we don't bore our viewers.
yeah, probably.
Oh wait, crap! It's live. All right, so I will move right behind Aspen.
Okay.
So this is within 25 feet, right?
Within 25 feet.
From where I just moved.
Oh, I think so.
Okay, cool. Do I see the manticores or no?
You can just see, and I guess both of you see this, there's one directly above you that's crouched there glaring down at you.
Okay, cool. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead. That guy's, this Slad or whatever he is still on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll fire at him with my repeating crossbow. Or my,
Okay.
well, it's a repeating crossbow now. 3 times. Here we go. This will be quick. Okay, so be advantage. So 18, 23, and 18.
Oh, sorry. This is the weird thing about ranged. Again, rules is written. If a creature is prone, you have disadvantage on the attack.
Yes,
It's really
yes,
weird.
yes. I God damn it, sorry. I'm thinking restrained because of the web spell.
Yeah,
So
but
I don't want.
I-
Yes, go ahead.
I
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I want to change what I do then in that case.
sure. Sure.
I'm gonna turn around and fire at the Manticore instead.
Okay. So the first
and-
attack, straight roll. The first attack is an 18. That hits.
Yeah, so 18, 23, and 18.
Yeah. I mean, all those hit.
Okay, so none of them are sharpshooters, so just regular damage. So make sure I don't have any sharpshooter sound. Okay, so we have 9 plus 7 plus 8, so 24.
Yeah. You whip around and fire up the 3 shots at the Manticore. One hits it in its shoulder, it kind of buckles. The other one slams it in the neck, and it yelps. And then the final one, right between the eyes, and it drops limp, dead on the top there.
Thanks for coming.
I want to autopsy.
All right. So, Glum, that was your action and movement.
Yeah.
Anything else for your turn?
No. Well, we're gonna go ahead and keep Scott where he is, as long as he's within 5 feet of me, which looks like he is.
Okay, great. That was Glum. At the start of this creature's turn, it gets back some health. You see some of the wounds sealing shut. And it is going to lumber up to its feet, towering over you, Aspen. And it looks down at you. Raising its arms, you see its mouth extend open. All of these strange kind of like flat shark-like serrated teeth lining its inner jaw and its mouth as it and it's going to try to bite down onto you.
Okay.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage, okay?
Yeah, the Scott's gonna push out of the way again.
All right,
or maybe
so-
actually jump on the slab and try and like disrupt it.
So a 21 to hit.
I have to roll a d20 to see if it hits one of my duplicates.
Ah, yes, because you have mirror image.
6 or higher. 8. So it does hit one of my
So it
duplicates.
hits one of your duplicates. That shatters away. It kind of growls and then goes in for 2 claw swipes at you. Ignore all those things, sorry.
Okay.
Do not look at the things, please, if you can avoid it. A 20 to hit.
What thing? Okay. I have to roll an 11 or higher. Let's see. 11. It hits another duplicate.
It hits another duplicate. Okay. Another duplicate shatters as it sort of growls, looking down at you in frustration. Okay, Aize, you are up.
You're attacking our Capitan! Unacceptable! First thing first, let's move the arc.
Sorry. Glum, you take,
Yes.
at the start of your turn, you take 2 points of fire damage from the heat in this building. Aspen, you take 4 points of fire damage because of the heat in this building. Scott takes 1 point of fire damage due to the heat in this building. And the creature only takes 1 point of fire damage. Okay, that I believe was everyone that went. So go ahead. Aize, at the start of your turn, you take 5 points of fire damage from the heat in the room. I also need you to make a concentration check as the heat is starting to affect your ability to focus on holding control over Percival. Oh, but you have Warcaster, right? Okay. Wow, what a swing. Okay.
20. Thank you, Warcaster.
All right, Aize, what would you like to do?
Alright, first things first. First of all, bash the snot out of that thing. And I moved Archive up. Can I see the other Manticore?
Archive went to there. Yes. The other Manticore, this is going to be a little confusing, but the other Manticore is above the other creature up there.
Okay. I am going to launch through Archive. I won't throw a fireball this time. That's a terrible waste on a single target anyway. I will throw Magic Missile at Manya Dadi at 3rd level.
Okay. Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
I believe that's 5 Magic Missiles.
Okay.
Yes, 5 Magic Missiles. Jeez, it won't roll them all at once. That's the only problem with this spell.
That is quite all right.
Okay, give me a sec.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. So that's a 3. I'm gonna roll the other 4 over here. Okay.
Sure.
There's 4. Okay. Wow, what a great roll. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7 and 3 is 10 plus 5, 15 points of damage.
Whew, okay. All the magic missiles get released and slam into the side of this Manticore. The final one goes straight up through its mouth and its head just explodes as it falls down. Blood starts to drip down through the floor. It is dead.
And I said, I'm gonna autopsy you as well. I've never seen such a creature before. And Yeah, let's see if we can start. Well, I'm a little cinched, but I'm not hurt. Okay, now for I guess I'll move up a bit.
For Percival.
Yeah, well, I want to move up because I know I could just see Scaram sneaking up behind me and stabbing me or something. So next is Percival. Rolling attack. It's not an advantage anymore, right? Because he's not.
No,
prone?
no, definitely not. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a hit. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, definitely
23?
a hit. So I need the damage broken down between fire and bludgeoning.
It's 15 points of bludgeoning damage and 3 points of fire.
Okay, so the fire is reduced. And then, sorry, how much bludgeoning? 13?
14 points of 6 and 8. It's 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so slams into the side of this thing. The fire doesn't seem to be as effective, but the big slam from the hammer definitely hurt it. Okay.
And that's it for me.
Okay. You all start to kind of hear moaning and creaking of wood from above as the fire continues to burn around you. And it now is Aspen's turn.
I'm gonna go for I'm gonna just go for another cure wounds. Not cure. Oh, actually, no, I will hit myself because I'm dying. Who else looks hurt?
Oh, Aspen, you take 1 point of fire damage at the start of your turn.
Okay.
Percival's a bit beat up, but I don't think you can heal him. Maybe. But
Can I
Percival-
heal him, Nathan?
Can you heal who? Percival?
Yes.
Percival is a creature.
Okay.
I think so.
Actually, yeah, that works. He's not undead, so you should be able to heal him, and he's not a construct.
So you're gonna cast Cure Wounds on Percival?
On myself. And
Okay.
twin spell it.
Okay, but it is Cure Wounds that you're casting.
Yes.
Okay.
So I can I'm within 5 feet of him, so I'll just reach over.
As you touch
Um,
Percival and release the healing energy, Percival is hot. There is an immense amount of heat coming off of Percival, and you take 3 points of fire damage just from touching Percival. But go ahead and apply
I'm
the
not-
healing to both of you.
I just looked at use it. Yeah, I'm not doing that again. Sorry. Yeah, cure second level. Hold on.
Sorry about that. I forgot to mention it.
As your hand pulls away and you look, you can see, like, basically a perfect imprint of your hand from where your flesh just stuck to the side of his body. But as you cast Cure Wounds, that skin, that raw skin, heals back over. But now there's just now there's just sizzling Aspen on the side of Percival.
I just blow at my hand. That hurt. Ow. And he gets back 14 points of healing. And I take it.
I thank you on behalf of my Burning Knights, Percival.
Yes, yeah, don't expect that. Yeah, no. Not the fire one. Maybe a different one. And
We're on fire, I'm afraid.
you have an addiction. And I just hold up my axe, readying myself.
Okay.
I can't do I'm not gonna move, so well, I guess I can. I don't want to risk it though. Yeah, I'm gonna stay there.
Okay. Is that your turn, Aspen?
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Glum, it's your turn.
Okay. Do I have a feeling that one more round this place is just gonna collapse? Like, how bad is it?
Make just an intelligence check for me.
How do I? Not a saving throw. How do I do that? What's gonna be?
Can you not just click on your intelligence stat and it'll roll? If it doesn't, just roll a D20 and add your intelligence
Okay.
modifier.
Okay, so it's d20 plus 3. Okay. Okay, so it looks like
5?
5. He has no
there's
idea.
too yeah, there's too much happening in here. You're not sure.
We're all gonna die. Um, and I'll go ahead and fire all 3 of my shots at the what I think is a slag.
That is what
and
the
I'm gonna,
token is.
yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and for caution of the wind, I'm gonna make these are all be sharpshooter.
Okay, go for it.
I only get a +2 to hit, but you never know. Here we go. So 10,
Nope.
11.
Nope.
Oh, natural 20.
Wow. Okay. So
Okay.
just double the dice and then add the +10.
Yeah, it's already done it.
Got it.
So it'd be 10 plus 13. 23.
Okay. Glum, that is exactly 1 over the hit points that this thing has.
Nice.
So how do you kill it?
Pew, pew. Keep missing. Pew. Gotcha. And I hit him right in the forehead.
So the first 2 shots just ricochet off its thick hide. It looks at you, and then the mouth peels open as it, and in that moment you, and it just, not very dramatic, just a little into the middle of the forehead, and it just
Perfect.
tumbles backwards.
Okay, and then I yell, run away.
Okay.
My question is with Scott, is it some kind of action for him to be mounted or to
Half your movement.
Go, half his movement?
Half your movement to mount Scott.
Okay. Can Scott use his movement at all, or?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, whatever the rules say for Scott. I think he just can't dash, right? Because you would have to use your action or something to make him dash.
Yeah, so I would like to just use my full movement to move 25 towards the exit.
Okay.
And then I want Scott to basically kind of bend down, offering Aspen to be able to get on top and get a ride out.
You bend down to offer Aspen. So Scott is only a size medium creature, correct?
Yeah. Oh, so she can't ride him?
I mean, it would be like he would be moving at like half speed.
Oh, right. Yeah. It's like a piggyback.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not going to help. Okay. In that case, yeah, I'll move here and then Scott move 40 towards the exit.
Okay. And Scott moves 40 towards the exit.
Yeah.
Sorry, are you on? You're on Scott. Okay, cool. So you mount Scott and start running towards the exit, 40 feet. Yeah, you can get outside of the building, smoke billowing out of the 2 double doors, flames licking at you as you run out. At the end of your turn, the creature lying on the ground, Aspen, as you hear and watch Glum go galloping out, you see movement coming from the dead body, and you look down and you see the belly of this thing kind of burbling and moving, and you see it sort of almost being lifted. Its right shoulder is kind of pushed outwards, and you hear these sounds of like things popping, and squirming out from underneath this thing, you watch this writhing mass of probably 50 or so of these long, flat, segmented worms with weird little bulbous heads, and frills coming out of them, and they all come writhing out from the back of this thing up onto its belly and start writhing in your direction.
Oh, okay. That is disgusting.
So these little guys, let me see how many. Yeah, I'm gonna do it like this. Yeah. Okay, cool. So just one. One swarm of these things comes spewing out the back of this thing and come writhing up to you, Aspen, and they start to swarm around you. And you start to feel little crawling and writhing sensations as they start to writhe up your legs and try to burrow into your skin. Okay.
Oh. No, I don't like that.
So here we go.
Do you still have mirror images?
Yes, I do.
A 22 to hit.
I have one more.
Okay, go ahead.
Natural 20.
There you go. So as they try to bite through your thick leather boots, the majority of the swarm went for the remaining mirror image, and it just vanishes out. But then you start to see the swarm sort of spiraling around Aspen's true form as they try to engulf her. Okay, that was whatever that was. Aize, it is now your turn. Oh, they do take at the start of their turn, and Glum, I did roll the fire damage for you, yes?
I took last round.
You took fire damage last round? Okay.
Yeah.
I've
taken fire damage twice.
Okay. So they take 6 fire damage. That's a big hit. Aize, you take 3 fire damage. Another concentration check if you would. Also, I just saw what time it is. It is 7:45. We normally take a break here. I'm going to propose something and let me know what y'all think. I think we power through and get through this fight and see where we're at. Does that work for everybody?
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's fine with me.
Okay. Aize, does that work for you? You were muted. Sorry.
Yes, I failed on the concentration check, but I'm going to burn a luck point.
Okay.
And roll again. Dang it.
Dang it.
Oh, come on.
What did you get? Oh, no! Oh, no. I don't know. What happens when you lose concentration on summon elementals? Do they just disappear?
No, he disappears.
He disappears? Okay. So, he turns...
I didn't choose any spells where they turn on the party.
Okay, cool.
Those are
Those
horrible.
are rough, yeah. He turns and looks at you, and there's a moment of longing sadness in his face as he suddenly is pulled down through the floor, and the last thing you see is a thumbs up as he gets pulled through the fire.
Ah, noble Percival! I know you wanted to finish the fight.
I couldn't resist myself. So,
I'll be back.
he disappears. Okay, Percival's gone. Aize, what would you like to do?
I'll cast Dragon Breath on myself.
Okay.
Or actually, no. I wonder... Well, let me see what the range of Dragon Breath is. Is it... Touch? Yeah, alright. I'll cast Dragon Breath on myself.
Okay.
Because this is a rather delicate operation. And I'm going to see if I can... It's a 15-foot cone.
Okay.
Can I brush Aspen without touching her with the Dragon Breath and go worm burning?
I don't think so, because the swarm is literally like, it's writhing around her feet and starting to crawl up her legs. Like, it is not... I don't know how you could not hit Aspen. They're occupying her space.
I see.
I just yell out, Aize, please, I hate bugs. Get these worms.
This could hurt.
This has happened before. I'll be fine.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
1 sec. Sorry. Notes. It's been a while since I used Dragon Breath. Hold on. Dragon Breath. Dragon, Emi. Worms, and they seem to be taking fire damage normally.
Yes.
All right, then fire it is.
So they make a dex save.
Spells, Dragon Breath. Now this is my bonus action. The action was to cast the spell. Bonus action is to use the Dragon Breath.
Got it.
Dex 16.
Somehow they roll the 20, so they'll take half damage.
Little creeps. And it's 3d6 damage.
Okay.
Set for fire. Oh, hold on. Oh, you can choose. All right, there we go. Roll. Ooh, that was a nice roll too. 13 points of fire damage.
Okay, reduced to 6. Engulfs them and Aspen. Aspen, you also take 6 points of fire damage. You hear a bunch of little, like, hissing pops of, like, steam escaping these little worms as they are roasted around you, Aspen. All right, Aize, anything else on your turn?
Are they still on her?
Oh, yeah.
Damn it.
They do look reduced. There is I would say, it looks like about half of them are gone.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. The initiative is her, then them, then... Yeah, I can't get in between them. Damn it. Oh! Hold on. I have a way. Sorry for the delay.
It's okay.
This is in my Ring of Spell storing, so I actually have to look this up. Or can I put a blink on someone else?
I don't know, but you have used your action and bonus action, so unless you have some way of...
All right, that's true. I can't do it. All right. I'll sit tight. I'm not going to leave her.
Okay. At the end of your turn, you hear that moaning of wood. And you see some beams starting to buckle, falling down around you, but nothing has hit you so far. Okay, Aspen, it is your turn. At the start of your turn, you take 2 points of fire damage as the heat starts to lick around you. The flames, rather.
Okay, so they're at my feet. Can I still do like ranged attacks on them? Like if they're
at disadvantage,
surrounding me?
yes.
Man, wish I had like firebolt. I can't do it. I'm gonna do Eldritch Blast. That's all I can do.
Okay.
You said at disadvantage.
Correct.
Let me see one thing real quick. Hold on. Some spell. What's this required for cantrips? Okay. 25 for the first.
Yep, that hits. Wow, that's a disadvantage. Wow.
14 for the second.
That does hit.
Are they still crawling on me?
So with those two blasts, you manage to blast away so many of them that they're all gone. There's maybe like one left that's squirming, that's starting to already like hiss and pop from the fire. So with those two blasts, they are destroyed.
Okay, and I will start making my way. I'm like, Aize, we gotta go. We have to go now. And I will like start my boot.
Run away!
All right.
30 feet that way.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Right here.
Okay, so you get to there as you go running through the warehouse, flames licking around you. You can hear the moaning of the wood above, taking us to Glum. What do you want to do, Glum?
Scott, help her. So Scott will move 20, do a grapple, and then half movement can move 10 more.
Okay, so you get to 10 feet.
I don't know how
here.
far it is. Great.
Yeah.
Is that 10 feet?
10 feet to grab Aspen.
Perfect.
And then
And
how
then
much
grapple.
How much movement left?
Still 30 left, so that'd be 15 because it's halved.
15. Okay, so 15 would get you. You just barely pull Aspen out of the building, grabbing Aspen and pulling Aspen out as the flames lick around both of you. I will say, running back into the building. Let me see. Well, no, you didn't start your turn in the building, so. Yeah. Okay, so you're fine. Okay. Anything else?
And I'm holding. That was of course for my pet, which was my bonus round.
Yeah.
For my action, I will stand in the doorway and I will hold my action to fire my crossbow if I see any bad guys.
Understood. Okay. Okay, so you are dismounting Glum and doing that.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Or sorry, dismounting Scott. Okay, Aize, at the start of your turn, you take 5 points of fire damage. And what would you like to do?
I start by going, ouch! Time to leave, I think. I'll have. Damn it, I want to do autopsies. I have to leave the corpses behind. That's sad for science. I'll have Archive come over here. So I'm going to see what the hell is going on. And then I'll walk. Let me see. 5, 25. Yeah, I can walk out of the building.
Okay, so you go running out of the building. As you step across the threshold, are you going to do anything with your action?
Yeah, I will do a short range teleport, Mystic Step. Not Mystic Step, sorry. Misty Step.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I'm not going to run out of the building. There's too much flames around. From here, I'm going to Misty Step to the other side of Scott.
Okay.
To there.
As you Misty Step out of the building, I guess you still have your action. Are you doing anything with your action?
Nope.
Okay. Landing outside the building, just a moment later, you hear a final as the entire upper floor and the one above all comes collapsing down. Aspen and Glum, you are hit by a burst of air and sparks and smoke as it all comes billowing out the front door. The entire interior of the warehouse has collapsed down inside. Luckily, you are all outside of the building, not taking any of that damage from the collapse. And I think, yeah, I can push through and do the full 3 hours for the show. So let's just do a quick 5-minute break, if that's good for everybody here, and then we'll resume very shortly. So just a quick little break. We'll be back very shortly here, and see you very soon.
Cool.
Bye.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Yeah, let's just jump right back into this. So, the warehouse, it has collapsed behind you. At least all the interior floors. Outside of the building still seems to be somewhat intact. You are starting to hear shouts and cries throughout the neighborhood around you. People yelling fire. What are you all doing?
We need to go, like right now.
I suspect.
Mission accomplished.
Not even in the slightest. We didn't even find them. We just blew up all their stuff.
Yeah.
Probably not even their stuff, just the owner's stuff.
Well, that should annoy them. So
They're always going to be mad.
There are two entrances to the building. Second floor entrance and the front door. Can I have Archive scout over to the second floor entrance?
Yeah, so as you're all standing out here in front of the building, the flames licking out the front door now, light illuminating the street from the flames, Archive drifts up over the building. How far can Archive travel?
His speed is 30 feet per round,
but away from you.
1 sec. Awaken spellbook. Manifest mind.
The warehouse is the one down the street. That would be so funny. Oh, oops.
While he's doing that, can I look around and see if I see either Scarin or the elven is she half elf?
Yeah, half elf. Aeroleth. Yeah. Make a perception roll.
Aeroleth, that's up. Okay. 13.
13. Looking around, you do not see Aeroleth, you do not see Iscarin. However, you do see like lots of folk coming out of buildings like around in the surrounding streets and hearing people, shouting and crying out fire. And you're starting to see people running like down streets in different directions, like calling for help.
Can you put out the fire?
300 feet.
300 feet. Okay, so easy enough. Archive is able to drift over. So I don't know if you can see this, Aize, where I put Archive, but Archive goes drifting over to the other side where the other entrance is. It's on the right side of the map if you want to scroll over there. Let me really quickly go ahead and roll a perception roll for me, Aize, I guess with your stats because you're looking through Archive.
Archive does have dark vision 60 feet.
Perfect. So yeah, go ahead and just roll a straight perception roll for me.
Can I burn a luck for that?
If you want to, go for it.
I will, and I'll do that again. Much better. 19?
19. Okay. Okay, yeah, so as Archive drifts up over to the entrance of this crane, first thing Archive kind of sees as you're looking through Archive's eyes going up over the building, much like Aspen saw, you can see individuals in the streets surrounding starting to run off in different directions, calling for help. As Archive drifts over the top of the building and gets to the base of this, or the top of this crane, you can see there's this very narrow, like, almost looks like rotten wood, wooden walkway that goes up to the deck of the ship. The ship itself, this as I said, it kind of has almost like an ironclad surface with these big rivets. You can see water sort of like dripping off the bottom of the hole down into the mud, and there's that trough that's leading to the deck of the ship going directly into what looks to be the like there's an actual port built into the top of the ship, and water is being poured into the vessel, like filling it. You also see as Archive drifts over, the little shed that the crane, where the crane is kind of operated from within with like big hand cranks and gears, it is actually a really amazing mechanical device to see this. Like, Saltmarsh doesn't have anything like this. It's like a very amazing device of clockwork and engineering, all done like, you know, by hand. But you see movement inside the little shed, and as Archive drifts up over and hovers above it, you see 3 like humanoid shapes within the kind of dirty glass of this crane, and the door kind of peels open as something sort of looks out at the chaos that's before it. This is a really strange looking humanoid creature. It is, let me see, it is wearing kind of ratty robes that sort of conceal its form, where from a distance you probably would have assumed it was just a normal human or humanoid. But with that perception roll, Archive is able to see the details. You see a kind of like almost milky white to bluish skin that is very translucent. Translucent to the point where you can see through it like a glass frog almost, where you see organs pulsing and moving under the flesh. You see veins and the circulatory system, all of it underneath. But the skin hangs loose off the bones, kind of sagging. Where you would expect to see a neck and a head is almost just a continuous domed shape from the shoulders up to the head. There appears, where the mouth, where you'd expect the mouth to be, there's like gills almost, these flaps that kind of like extend down to the base of the neck. And the eyes, you can tell there is what looks like probably was a humanoid skull through that translucent skin, but the head has become malformed and the eyes have shifted into 3 eyes that run up the base of the skull, and where the nose would be, the nose cavity is, there's now an eye there, and then an eye above that, and an eye above that, as this thing sort of peels open the door and looks around, and it's moving out onto the deck of this crane, and under the robes you can see what look to be undulating tentacles kind of moving it across the deck. There appear to be 3 of these creatures in the shed. But they are
I didn't
moving.
find Scarin. I described what I found. I described what Archive is seeing to Aspen and Glum. Want me to put out the fire?
Yes, let's not draw any more attention to ourselves. And let's leave quickly.
Okay. There's a cistern on the top, filled with water. Is there a lot of water in the cistern?
Yeah, it's a big, it's like a big water tower, essentially.
I will cast through Archive and take control of the water.
Okay, yeah. What are you doing with the water?
I'll move it to the warehouse.
Okay, so as the water starts to rise up from the trough and spilling through the holes in the roof down into the building, steam starts to rise up through the top of the building, and the flames slowly start to get put out. I'll say this will probably, because it's a very big building, probably take at least 3 rounds to as you're dumping water into this building to start putting out all the flames. You do notice through Archive's vision that check something. Yeah, you notice that these creatures all kind of look and see the water spilling down into the building, and they start to look around. One of them kind of peels up and spots the little floating Archive hovering there as this spell is being cast. All right, so what are y'all gonna do?
Just so you know,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
just so you know, we're all gonna be wanted now. Dory's part of the council.
Who? Oh, whose warehouse is this?
Dory's.
Like Dory. You'll be
I
finding
just
Dory
looked-
angry.
I just looked at you. We just pissed off a council member. Okay.
Yeah, but he's not from.
Well,
South-
well, that's true. I really don't like this place. So, I just look. Are there like guards and stuff coming up now? While like in the time that it takes Aize to like put out this fire.
Right. Okay. In the time it takes Aize to put out the fire, you don't see any guards coming. You are hearing people shouting, like I said, in the neighborhood surrounding. But no guards approaching yet. So yeah, we'll say 3 rounds go by. The fire has subsided to this point that it's not dangerous. Like, you could probably enter the building without being burnt. But what are y'all gonna do?
We should make like a baby and head out.
Yeah, it's time to go. If you didn't see them, then they must not be here.
I didn't spot Scarn or her. Well, yes, we should leave.
Okay. So you're gonna run. Where are you gonna run to?
I'm gonna take them a roundabout way to my place on the off chance that there's not too many witnesses, so we just don't go straight to my place.
Okay. So you're trying not to be noticed by people?
Yeah, so like side
I would
alleyways and stuff.
I'm gonna need all of you to make stealth rolls for me.
So one thing we haven't talked about, because I have Boots of Elvenkind, I'm assuming that the disadvantage I have for my stealth is because of the noise of my medium armor, right?
Correct.
So it shouldn't be
It's
disadvantage.
just a straight
Okay.
roll.
So I think we talked about it, wasn't sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just a straight roll.
Ooh, 23.
23. Okay. So you got a 23, Aspen got an 11, and Aize got a natural 20?
Yes.
Wow,
That
okay.
happened.
Okay, so Aize, as you start to run away, just as you break vision with Archive, you see those creatures start to climb up onto the roof of the building and start moving over to the edge, spreading out in different directions, looking around. As you break concentration from Archive, break vision from Archive, and start to run off into the night, all of you trying to stay out of sight. You can see witnesses starting to move in on the building and shouting, and at one point you see some of them pointing towards the group of you as you're running into an alley, but you're far enough away that making out any features is very unlikely. And just as you duck into the alleyway, you look over your shoulder, Aize, and can see the 3 shapes of the humanoid forms up on the roof of the building. Still looking around, though. They don't seem to have clocked your movement as you run into the alley. Glum, you very adeptly lead the group through this winding maze of alleyways and wooden catwalks and bridges, taking them on this very roundabout way to get back to your home. After about 20 minutes or so of hearing the shouts and the screams slowly subsiding, at one point you see a cluster of guards go running past you as you hold your companions back until eventually you find yourself crawling into your home once more with your 2 new companions. So, what do you all do next?
Well, that was bloody irritating. I have to say, we didn't get Scarn, and we didn't get, I keep forgetting her name. Hold on, I know her name. Elspeth.
Airlift.
Aerolith. I'm gonna write that down.
Well, if it
I think
helps,
we need a new approach.
Yeah. Sorry,
I'm
what were you
sorry.
gonna say, Glum?
Sorry, Glum.
if it helps, Dory is a jerk anyway. They're all crooked. They even framed one of my friends for murder.
I'm sorry. Wait, can you repeat that?
One of my friends. He was my apprentice. They said he was a serial killer. He couldn't even finish the cereal I fed him, and they executed him. They used him as a scapegoat.
So this place is basically
Oh, okay.
a hive of scum and villainy, is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
I'm more annoyed that that was our last lead to Scarron.
Well,
Oh, did you plan on staying here? You could come with us, you know. We have a way out.
Well, you're not boring.
Mon Capitan, what say we depart to the Diora and
yeah, I mean, well, yeah, we can. I want to stay here and try to find them. If they're still here, we can at least stay another day and try to look for more leads.
Why did you come here anyway? Not for my stand-up comedy.
No, I just Aspen just tries not to laugh every time she looks at Glum. No, we came here because Scarron, he killed one of our council members back in Saltmarsh, and he is wanted. And the other girl, the half elf, she just stole our money, so she has to pay for that.
Well,
Scarron we want. The other girl is more like collateral.
I wouldn't be surprised if Scarron has friends here.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Do you know anything about the Zentorum?
I know they're bad. I know they're evil.
well, he definitely has some friends here, otherwise he wouldn't come here. And she is one of the agents. Ethrith.
Maybe
Araleth.
Erelef, yes. Maybe we find those two guys we let go earlier and see if they have any more information about different hideouts.
I do have someone who may be able to help us, but I've had trouble getting time to speak with her.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you want to do that, we can do that immediately. If you want to.
Might I recommend that we rest up? You're pretty beat up, Captain.
That is true. Yes. We will talk about your addiction to fire, Ayuze. For the smartest person
All
I
right.
know.
I
In
confess.
an enclosed space.
It was a force spell. It wasn't fire. I knew better than to use fire. But the force did detonate, break the glass, and alchemical supplies went off. I didn't realize the warehouse was filled with alchemical supplies.
Oh yeah, by the way, there's a lot of chemical supplies in there.
Right, thank you.
Well, yeah, let's go back to the. I'm not sleeping here. This is what. Yeah, no, I'm not sleeping here.
I'm stuck in work. Now, admittedly, I also have to confess, I can summon a stone-type creature instead of fire creatures, except for one problem. I don't like gargoyles. So, I just don't like them. They're creepy and vile, and I don't like them. And,
Like bugs. Like bugs.
Well, I mean, Percival was splendid. Did you see him in action?
Yes, he was very fiery. He hurt my hand, actually. It's still kind of sizzling. And just in that time, can I do like a prayer of healing while we're talking? It takes 10 minutes to cast.
Yep. Definitely.
Don't want to sleep here. The only other place would be the Diora.
Yes, no, I want to be in my own bed. I will love that. And I will. I'm gonna cast this real quick at level 3. No, 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 no. I'm gonna do it at level 2. In case we see. 17 points. Everybody gets back 17 points.
Nice, I'm full.
Oh,
So yeah, tomorrow we could find one of the guards. She wanted to help, but I think they're trying to hide her from me. She may have information.
Do you feel safe here, or do you want to come with us back to the ship?
I don't feel safe anywhere.
Then you might as well come with us.
Why not?
oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to introduce you to our crew. They're gonna love you.
Yes, you can do
I
stand up
think
for
you
them.
and yes, I think you and God would get along perfectly.
Well, I have some more material I want to try out. I have one for you. What's the difference between a Tarrasque and a candle? The Tarrasque weighs as much as a dozen elephants, and a candle's a little lighter.
That was so funny.
I miss my calling.
You sure did. And I pat him on the back, and I'm like, I look out. I want to peek outside to make sure like things have cooled down.
Go ahead and make a perception roll.
Yeah, we have to go before he tells us more jokes. 23.
3. Looking outside, we'll say it's been about probably 20 minutes at this point since it all happened. Looking around outside, you do notice down the street a ways there are there is a group of guards that are just moving through the street and checking alleyways and looking around the area, but they don't seem to be. Yeah, actually, I think you do see them going like door to door and like knocking and asking questions from people inside.
Time to go.
They're probably about 10 doors down at this point, moving in
All
that
right,
direction.
yeah. We have to go. They're about 10 doors down. If we leave now, we can hopefully avoid a situation.
All right. Lum, lead the way.
Okay.
I will do just that.
Okay. How are you all leaving?
What?
Oh,
Go ahead, Aspen.
I was gonna say, I'm sorry. I use his arm, and I put his arm in mine. Just act like you're happy. And I put a smile on my face, and I say, we are a couple now, for the moment, until we get back to the Dior.
All right. I'm not your uncle anymore. All right.
That didn't really work out.
I'm a dirty old man then. All right, gotcha.
Well, and I just looked to Glum. What are you gonna do?
Well, am I just going to your ship?
Yes.
You should describe where it is. It's on the south dock, I think. Do we know?
Sorry, the ship? Yeah, the ship is over here. These like 2 dark gray buildings over here. Those are the docks where you docked. So it's on the other side of the city. So you're gonna have to curve all the way around, or hire a skiff to take you across the harbor.
Actually, Aspen, we both have water breathing spells on us.
Okay. I mean, if you're up for a swim, that's fine with me.
I'm fine with it too. Glum, you can make your way to our ship on Scott, or you can. No, we don't have enough time for me to put a water breathing on you.
I have a potion.
Oh, good swim.
I can find my
water
way.
breathing.
Do you think I need it?
Sure, if you want to come with us, get us close to the water as possible, and we'll take the deep road.
Okay. If they want to burn it, sure.
Okay.
So yeah. So in that case, yeah, I'll lead them to the water,
Yeah,
and then
I'll give them.
Okay, so Aspen and Aize, you're gonna walk out of Glum's place and be arm in arm, like acting like a couple.
Yep.
Glum, what are you gonna do as they exit out that way? What's your strategy here?
So is this the next morning or still that night?
No, this is like that night. This is like 20 minutes later.
Okay, because there's been no long rest or anything yet.
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and let them leave first, and then I'm gonna. I guess I will burn my second level spell and cast invisibility again.
Okay.
And I'll follow, and I'll tell Scott where to go, and Scott will be following at a distance, kind of wander down the streets.
Okay, so as the two of you push out of the door and link arms and start to walk down the street, you can hear not too far away the sound of and the guards, shouting and asking questions from individuals. I need both of you to make deception rolls for me as you go out into the streets.
Can I do a guidance on Aize?
Yes, you can.
Without it? Okay.
Yeah. I would say you're able to do that as you step outside.
Deception. 18 for me.
Okay.
It's an extra D4?
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
That's an 11 for me.
11, okay. As you start to walk down the street, the guards they're knocking on the doors. Glum, you hear this too. They are getting closer. One of them seems to spot you both walking away, and you just hear them go, "Excuse me! Excuse me!" What do you both do?
Oh, yes, officer.
And this
I looked at. I
individual-
give Aize eyes.
I telepathically talk.
How may we help you?
We do the talking.
Okay.
And I just okay.
He comes walking towards you. You can see he's got kind of really droopy jowls and skin, like greasy black hair, kind of droopy eyes as he comes walking up to you and looks at you. We had a big problem down over at Mr. Dory's place this evening. And we're looking for some individuals. We saw one of them with a big dog. And a child, maybe, or a gnome, running off with two others. Witnesses couldn't quite make them out. Actually, one of them was wearing a hat. And he kind of squints his eyes looking at you, Aspen. Have you seen anyone being suspicious like?
Well, no, officer. My husband and I, we were just going on our midnight stroll, our evening stroll. I'm sorry. What happened at Mr. Dory's?
Something bad, break-in and then a fire. Seems to be arson, I think.
A fire?
Yes.
Oh my God. I hope no one was hurt.
Well, we're looking into it. But I would like you to roll a deception roll for me, please.
Okay. I will use my last sorcery point to reroll that magical guidance. Yes!
Wow. Okay.
Love it.
Let me pull something up here really quick. I don't think that this guy can even beat that. With I think even if he were to roll Yeah.
I'm sorry, I want to correct. I'm not a dirty old man. I just remembered. Izzy's 49.
So he kind of looks at you. All right, so you haven't seen anything of those descriptions then, no?
No, you said a child and a dog.
Well,
My husband and I, we don't have children.
Could have
and
been
I'm
a gnome.
allergic to
Could have been a
dogs.
gnome. You're allergic to dogs, okay.
Oh no.
All right, well, just
Yeah,
you,
no.
you's keeping an eye
I don't know
out,
anyone-
and if you happen to see anything, you know where to go, right? You just go down to the guardhouse and you report it right away.
Of course.
It's a bit late to be walking around.
We have to keep our city safe. I understand. Yeah. Well, this is our anniversary, and
Right, but
You
you
said
know,
you
you
had
know
something
how it
special.
is around here. If you want to be safe, you need to make sure that things are safe, right? You need to pay your protection fees.
yeah, okay, I understand what you're saying.
What do you give
And
him?
I hand him.
You say, what do you give him? How much?
I give him 2 gold pieces.
Okay, he takes it. Very good, very good. Here, why don't, hey! Walk this nice couple, won't you? Make sure that they stay safe. And you have a lovely evening. And 2 guards come and flank you. Walk with you on your evening walk. Lovely night. Good night to you all. And he turns, Glem, while all this is happening, what are you doing?
I'm somewhere nearby probably. I'm going to, because my dog has pretty good athletic skill,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to see if he could find his way to kind of hop onto boxes or crates or parked wagons and try and get on rooftops and kind of, be even more evasive.
Cool. Make an athletics check for the dog. And you are doing the invisibility, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just following them at a distance.
Okay.
Here we go. 22.
22.
Super
Nice.
dog.
So he goes out the back window and leaps up some crates and clings to some ledges and gets up on the roof out of sight. You, with your invisibility, if you're going to follow them, you're able to easily peel outside, not drawing any attention since you're invisible, and start following them. The 2 of you start going in the direction of the Diora. You have these 2 guards escorting you. They don't really seem to be striking up any conversation. They're just kind of following along at a distance, probably about 10 feet away from you, just going with you on your walk as you move through the city.
Is the telepathic link still up?
Yep.
Yeah, we can talk to each other.
How are we gonna shake this tail?
Do we need to?
Well, if we get back to the ship and, they're gonna ask questions.
Are they?
Or I think, I don't know. They don't seem that interested.
They're corrupt, and actually walking through the city being escorted with them means that we're not going to get accosted by any other guards.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. Maybe I'm just worried.
The only thing that bothers me is they'll know where we went.
Yeah.
And
Maybe we say hold on, I'm sorry, Nathan, is there like a lake in this town that leads out into the towards the harbor?
A lake?
Yeah, or like a pond or something that
So-
leads out towards the ocean.
Right. So
Towards-
if you're looking at the map, kind of north of the map, that's all ocean out that way. Everything else that's kind of going out into the ocean is essentially, it's a big estuary, right? It's like a river mouth bleeding out into the ocean. So kind of to the southeast, you can see where the river mouth is, and yeah, so there's not really a lake per se. This is just like a big, river mouth area. So
we can stop by an inn on the way that is close to the water, thank the guards, pay them another gold piece each, and tell them we're good. And instead of going after they leave, instead of going into the inn, or we go into the inn, wait for them to leave, and then we jump in the water and swim to the Diora.
Okay, yeah, that's a great plan. And I will.
I'll
Tell me
hand
where.
Aspen 2 gold pieces and say, "You do the talking."
All right, Aspen. So you get handed to the 2 gold pieces from Aize. So Aize, you can mark off those 2 gold. Aspen, what are you doing?
Um, I will. So the. All right. So what were the taverns that we passed coming into the city?
I don't know if you necessarily would have noticed any. I'd say go ahead and roll. Sure, roll a perception roll. This is kind of retroactive perception roll. See if you spotted any.
Okay. 19.
Okay. Yeah, you noticed a number of taverns. They especially were in high concentration in the district where you came from, actually, which is like the Merchant Quarter, which is the southwest kind of chunk of landmass over by the harbor where you entered from. That area seemed to be a bit more of like, catered to that sort of thing. So I'd say if you're looking for a tavern and specifically near the water, you can find that easy enough.
Okay,
you
so-
spotted one. I'll say right here, this little building right here next to the water.
Yeah, I will turn back to the 2 guards and I say, I'm sorry that we pulled you away from whatever guardly duties you were attending to, but my husband and I, we can take it from here. And I hand them the 2 gold pieces.
Okay. So you're doing this before you get to the tavern, or when you get to the tavern? What's the plan?
When we get to the
Tavern. Okay. So walking through these streets, you eventually make your way in front of the tavern, and you turn to the 2 guards. There are 2 women that are standing there, kind of overlooking you, and you hand them each a gold piece after saying this. They look down at the gold. All right, have a nice evening. And they just turn away and head back off into the city with their new pieces of gold at their disposal. So what do you do next?
All right. I look to Aize, wait for him to cast the spell.
Okay, so
we're going in. We're going into the tavern.
You're gonna go into the tavern and then go out the back
Yes.
and jump into the water? Okay. What about Glum? So Glum, you're following behind. You see them go inside the tavern. I'm assuming you do you like ask for a room, or you just kind of go out the back, the 2 of you?
You talking to me?
Out the back.
Aspen and Aize. Okay, so you head out the back. You end out in the back alley, which is right up against the water. You can hear the lapping of the waves against the stone. Glum, you see the 2 of them standing there, getting ready to jump in. What are you guys doing? Just
I'll walk up.
Perception roll first. I want
perception.
to see if there's anyone watching us.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception roll. And Glum, what are you doing?
Can I help him with that?
Both of you can make perception rolls. Go for it. And then Glum, what about you?
I say I think you can save your potion. Scott and I can just swim there.
Okay. Aspen and Aize, you quickly look around. You don't see anybody following you, nobody creeping or lurking. You hear Glum's voice next to you, and you hear the sound, Aspen, up on the roof, and look up and see the mechanical form of Scott up there, the dog, looking down at you, head cocked. Okay, so both of you are gonna leap into the water. Into the filthy, mucky water of the skies. And in order to breathe, you have to open your mouth and breathe this filthy water in.
Yep.
I need both of you to make Constitution saving throws for me as you dive into the mucky harbor.
Yep. Okay.
And you, Glum, following behind, leap into the water with them. Trying to think here.
So I'm gonna be on Scott's back, and Scott's gonna basically dog battle.
Okay.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, I think you being from here probably would know, like, the risk of doing this. So, what I'm going to say, Glum, for you, there's still a minor risk, but please make a con save with advantage as you dive into the water. Also, hi. I know it.
Say hi, Noel.
Hi, Noel.
22.
22, you're fine. Okay, all of you are fine as you dive into the water. It's pretty nasty, but you manage to successfully resist whatever might be in this water as you swim towards the Diora. You eventually make it to the edge of the Diora, climb your way aboard the ship. Glum, you with Scott, get up on board, and you all can head into the captain's quarters or wherever you want to post up. But you've made it to the Diora successfully.
Like right before we get to the captain's quarter, I put my hand out in front of Aize, and I kind of just put my arms out, waiting.
Prestidigitation.
Thank you.
And prestidigitation.
And I just push the door open, and I go find like a bottle of rum. That was horrible.
Oh
I
well.
don't want to do that again. That water was, and I think I would be so I think I would just hit myself with the use my celestial legacy just to hit myself with the lesser restoration just because I touched the water. So
Yeah.
I would use that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you immediately feel the kind of like scratchy sensation at the back of your throat and the burning in your eyes subside. So you all are sitting here in the captain's quarters. Glum, your first time here. But what would you all like to do?
Oh, first let's introduce Glum to the. Oh no, it's late night. We'll do it in the morning. But any crew that is on the night watch, we can introduce Glum to them and say, "Here, this is Glum. He's very funny, very upbeat fellow, and he'll be joining us for a bit."
You're gonna. Who is up at this point in time?
Yeah, night watch.
Yeah, I don't. I only
Just
have.
some random.
It'll
Some
be
random
Baines,
people.
Willard, Jen, and what's his face?
I like it, girl.
And Noel.
Willard
Noel. Yes.
and Noel. Yes.
Wait, was
How
that
could you forget Noel?
was that Binks?
Baines.
Bangs, okay. Bangs, Willard.
Noel and
Noel.
Jen and Jenna.
Jenna. Okay. There you go. That's who's awake at this hour.
Yeah, I think I would call them all down. And I'm like, and has Glum been prestidigitation, or is he just walking around with muddy boots on the deck of the ship?
I don't know.
I would-
Are you saying?
I would definitely want to wash up somewhere.
Okay. I just looked at Aize.
Glum, you are cleaned off by the prestidigitation.
Nice.
And I just look to the 4 crewmates that are up right now. This is Glum. He will be joining us for a little while. Glum,
It's Rep.
please introduce yourself.
I'm Glum. It's really nice to meet you.
They all kind of look back and forth between each other and then kind of give a brief little wave and a nod.
That's it. He's kind of looking kind of awkwardly at them. That's it.
I think, sure, Noelle turns to you, Asin, and she says, I don't know. She says, is he a new crew member then?
Well, not technically. He's more like a party member. He's more like what Aize and I are. Don't worry, he won't tell you what to do. That's reserved for us. But he does amazing stand-up comedy. You should ask him a joke.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, Gog would probably like that. Well, come on then, Glum. Give us a joke.
I started dating a Medusa. It rocks. Oh, okay, not really. She's mad because I don't look her in the eye. I told her I don't want to be taken for granted.
Uh,
God.
they all kind of like look at you, Aspen.
I'm like, I do the motions of laugh.
Wow.
Yeah,
Whoa,
they love me.
what a talent.
You know, he says he's missed his calling, and I have to agree. Honestly, I think he makes an excellent stand-up comedian.
Yes, quite the comedian, Glum. Brilliant, really.
Eh.
I do send a telepathic signal to Aspen at this point, and I say, you might get a mutiny if you keep this up. I'm just wondering.
They all kind
I
of.
just,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just reply back to you say, listen, I never used to be able to torture people before, and this is the best kind of torture. After all, you know who my mother is. And
Oh
this
no!
is
Look at Mama
amazing.
and I say, this is like. I say to Aspen, so you're manifesting your devil child through this terrible comedy? Oh no!
Yes, I mean it's perfect. And then I just looked at Glum. Glum, let me show you where you'll be sleeping. I think I think your jokes will be better in the morning. and I just lead him to like an empty room.
Perfect. Yeah. So yeah, you all get settled in. Glum, you get shown to an empty room. It's it's actually quite large for you being a gnome, but there's a single bed and a small chest to store your things. But do you all want to do anything else this evening as the crew kind of scatters and goes back to their night shift?
I do.
So-
I go up and apologize to the crew. Oh, sorry.
I just
I
mentioned
just go
to
up and apologize.
either Aspen or Aize, whoever happens to be near me. There's someone in the police force that we can talk to. I don't trust anybody else.
Something
Okay.
fine then. We'll have to change our clothes. Captain, I recommend a new hat.
No.
Just a disguise?
This is my hat though.
Yes, but the guard did say he talked about your hat.
Okay, I guess I'll take it off for like a day. Well, I think okay, I know what I can do. I can look like a pirate. Okay. All right. And I'll take my hat off and like sit it on like one of the handles on my chair
Okay.
and just cry because I took my hat off.
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'll tell the crew to watch, keep an eye out as best you can. If you see any trouble, be sure to wake us up.
Yeah, they all give a salute and go back to their posts and keep watch. So did you all want to do any final things this evening, or just settle down and pick up in the morning?
Long rest.
Okay.
Oh,
Glum.
yeah.
Mhm.
I am gonna empty this ring.
You're gonna do what with the ring? You're gonna attune to it?
Yeah, I'm already attuned to it, I thought, but
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
I'm gonna,
sorry.
and I am gonna empty it. I'm gonna fire off the blink, and I don't have either of these spells, so I'm gonna fire off the blink and the deafness.
Okay, cool. And that allows you to catalog them, so you get them.
No,
That's my part.
gone. And then I'm gonna load them. Yeah, they're not on scrolls, so I can't catalog.
So they're just gone. You just into the ether. Okay, okay.
And I'm going to load it with spells of my own.
Okay, sounds good. Glum, was there anything you wanted to do this evening as you settle into an unfamiliar bed on the rocking ship?
No, and since I'm not at my workshop, I can't choose a different item tonight. I assume, right?
You can do it, I would say, with your tools that you have on hand, because I mean that's just part of being an artificer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if
All
you
right.
want-
So since it's almost over, I'll text you later, let you know which item I'm gonna choose, because I
okay.
have a few that might be good for tomorrow.
Okay. So in the very early hours of the evening, we see Glum kind of crouch down in the cabin, pull out his tools, and start to tinker with whatever supplies you have on hand, constructing something new for the morning. And I think we'll probably end there since we're just about at 9. But we'll see what happens next time. Yeah, Aise, and a final thing?
Yeah, I'm going to put a counterspell and a misty step in the ring.
Okay, cool. So loading that ring up with those 2 spells, the ring takes hold of them greedily and locks them in place. So as we see you all bedding down and getting ready for the evening, we'll pick up here next week, and we should be having Josh joining us next week. We'll see. He might be out for a little longer, but yeah. Looking forward to seeing you all next week and continuing the story. Have a lovely night. Good night, everybody.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thank
Good
you.
night.
Bye, guys.